Cinder, and if you, I hope you people understand that class and something you done the practice that may help you for the next upcoming understanding that classes have. So right now, after these two, I just copy these things and get rid of these things and start a new one is find the first duplicate of these numbers, like find the first duplicate. Okay, here my string is hello. First duplicate in the sense I have in this string I have HELLO. Okay, in this LL is two times is repeated. That means L is the duplicate value. My input is hello. Suppose input is hello, output should be L. Why I'm saying right here HLLO hello, L is the only duplicate value from this word. If you can make another words also, according to that we will get the output. But right now our use case is input is hello, output should be L. This is the program. Find the first duplicate from this input, output should be L. So for this one, first we need to write our pseudocode. How we can resolve this issue? Initially, we can take one string like str equal to what is the input, right? That input we can put it into the this string str like this. Okay, this is the first initial step. This is called initialization. After that, you want to make to check if it is any value as a duplicate or not. So for this reason, I'm just taking the character char as the data type, and for empty I'm taking as a empty, like that. But the character always checking for that read only, and it asking for at least one character as a empty character. That's the reason I'm just giving that like this. It will expect like character say just zero in the sense there is no nothing is a empty variable like this format. Is a character always expects only one variable. So I am just finding this. So why I'm taking the character, right? Only one value output should be come. So that is the reason I'm taking the L is the one value. Suppose is joining and just going to admit on. Okay. So duplicate character I have created. Right now my use case is find the first duplicate value. So every character should return. I mean for that reason I'm taking the for loop. Yesterday we discussed it, right? The same way I can take the for loop here, int I equal to 0, I less than length, and this loop. But for using this one, I can't make it this first duplicate value checking can't able to possible. For that one, let's see. First to loop I equal 0, every character should be loop through this each and every time. So the first one we can see this how the loop is going on. Then according to that we can write the condition inside the for loop. So my for loop is always looping the HELLO values inside the for loop. So once that coming into the picture, inside another loop also I will open. Because of that, my condition is I want to find the duplicate value inside the word. So I just take the integer j here because already I make the I value in the line number 13. So if I make the I value again, it doesn't take this I value. If I initialize the I equal to 0, then always it is showing the error because already you have initialized one I variable inside this scope. You can't make the same variable into the same scope. That is the reason it is saying that your local parameter named I cannot be declared in this scope because that name is used already in enclosing scope. That's the reason I'm taking the j as a initialized value and variable I'm taking here, and j equal to I'm just right now I'm just writing like this j equal to j less than str dot length j plus plus. Okay. like this. Two loops I taken. I just looking at. But every loop, first loop itself, the each and every word will comes to the first loop. Again, in the second loop itself, j equal to 0. But there is no use. Already first statement we stated like I equal to 0. Why we can take as a j equal to 0? There is no use for that. For this reason, I'm just making that j is always I value and increment that I value as a 1 like this. So once this loop has been started, right? The first loop, everyone I equal to 0, the second I equal to 0, j equal to 0 plus 1. So it means j value becomes the 1 value. So I just make the one loop statement. Let's see what is the value is printed here. Then according to that, we can write the inside a one more condition to break the, I mean, to get the correct output of duplicate condition things. So, so I just make this how the value is behaving like I and j value. Okay, I comma j. Okay, let's see what is the values actually coming here. Okay, I'm going to loop through the first loop str hello. Okay, in the first loop I equal to 0 as initialized I less than str dot length. Length is 5. So let's see what is the characters coming here. I value is initially 0. Again, I make the one more for loop int I equal j equal to I plus 1. I plus 1 in the sense I is 0, j plus 1 equal to j value almost coming to as a 1 here. Okay. The str dot length value is j less than str dot length is 5. Now it is going to see what is the I value is printed here. So I value is 0, j value is 1. Like this, it is going to print. So each and every time it is going to print, but the I value is 0, but inside that loop you can see, right, two times it is going to loop through because I value is coming to 2 here. So completely J value is 4. So J value is 4 and less than 5, it is satisfied until unless it is going to loop through the inside the loop. Okay, you can see how many times I and J values are printed here. See, I value is 1, J value is, so we can see the count as well, better way. So we can understand how the count is going on. I and J values. Initially, we can see integer t equal to 0 like that and see if any duplicate is occurring here, then it will break the loop and stop this execution and execute it out of this loop and it is coming out of the loop and checking that if duplicate value not equal to 0 like this value, then break the loop. Both are closed, then I want to make the console.println. What is the first duplicate value? character or a letter. Can make it as a letter like this and place duplicate. Already is make it as a duplicate not equal to 0. Duplicate. I need to convert here. What is the output or else none. This way we can define and check the output. Let me explain step by step here. So initially I take the str as a hello, whatever the input, and for this output I'm making this all these kind of lines. Whatever the starting point is, right? Character. I'm taking the character. Character always taking one letter only. For initially, I initialize the empty letter format as like a zero. Nothing is there. Is a empty. So for the final output, for I need to find which is the duplicate from this hello. That is the reason initially I'm using the for loop. In the for loop, each and every string of the each and every letter will going to loop through in this line number 14 to 25. In between, I make one more condition like I'm just making one more for loop because with this help of the inside for loop only we can make to check the each and every line and compare to the complete string. Why I'm taking this for loop, right? The one str of I is a h only, but I want to make sure other letters also I need to compare. Otherwise, I don't know which is the duplicate. That is the reason I'm taking the second loop as a for loop as a j equal to I plus 1. I plus 1 in the sense, in the first loop itself, str of I is h. I plus 1 is e because the 0 plus 1, the position is going to str of j. So that is the reason I'm doing the comparison here. Which letter is again the same letter, right? Then it is going to save into the duplicate and break the loop. Let we can see the example and I will share that. We can execute then one by one. The first we need to check. I'm removing this. See the output. Okay. Here we can see first duplicate letter is L. If you can see, our input is hello. Our input is hello. Then out, what is the duplicate value is here? L is the 2 times L is repeated. So duplicate is L. That is the one is already printed here. You can see right in the console.write. The same way you can see how it is executed. Let we can go one by one line. Then you will get the more idea. So initially I value is initialized as a 0 and next it is going to the for loop. J value is initialized as a 1 because I value is 0 plus 1. J value is going to 1. Now you can see str of I. str of I is add watch. You can see here h. You can see the value of str of I is h. We can see str of j value is the watch itself. Okay. J value is E. You can see H E. So let's come. I am doing the equal to operator. I told you right previously the Boolean things and condition E is equal to condition how it is executed. If the I value and J value both are not same, then it is going to showing as a false. If false, then it is not execute this line number 18. It is out of the loop and coming out of the loop here. So next it is going to the again the loop because str dot length is 5. Our j value is 1. So it is going to 1 value is always less than the 5, right? So it is going to again loop through that. See that value is going to increase it to like 2 value because previously j value is 1. It is increased to 2 value. I mean increase it to second level. So next it is going to compare again with the I and j values. So you can see stri is always h here. Okay. And str of j is always L. Now str of j is L value. So you can go through the it is also not same. So it is going to loop out. The second level is again it is going to check now. If you see this, str of I value is h now. Again, let's see str of j value. What is the value here? And always it loop is out of the scope now. So next time it is going to loop through that and find the value of which is compared to. So these lines of code is saying right each and every j and I values are increased and loop through and comparison to the each and every line of the characters. So if you take as a hello as a character h e l l o. So if you can take first one str of I is a h, remaining str of j will be compared to every line of ELLO. The first execution is completed. Okay, first level. The second level of execution started with str of I, and again the E value is coming into the second time. If I equal to value is greater than 0. So like that, each and every line is going to compare, and based on the comparison, which the duplicate value is there, then it is going to out of the loop. This kind of sorting, this kind of comparison mechanism is we have a different mechanisms are there in the bubble sort, like the comparison match, mud sort, like completely these kind of mechanisms are there, matching mechanism. According to that, this comparison will do, and the for loop inside the for loops will be checking the duplicate value always. If the duplicate is not equal to 0 in the condition number 23 line is there, right? Here we just take it as a loop as okay, this duplicate is not equal to 0. Then only we will like to break the loop and output will be what are the duplicate string will come in here that is going to execute it. So one more time I will execute this one, see this output again. It is important one, each and every interview questions they will ask because it is a tricky part of interview because if you can see how you can find the duplicate value from the string, it is a very difficult part to find out the duplicates from this string. Not only hello, if you can take a different value also you will get the uh, problem. So that is the reason. So you can see the here is a l value dot to string. Okay, letter L. So I'm just taking a hello only. But for a reason, I can make it as a one console dot write line. For example, not only hello, we can take a number of ones. Enter a string to find the first duplicate character. Okay. After that, okay, a string already assigned. Here instead of str, I just make it as a console dot read line. The read line itself we can take the input and check that. Right now I'm just making that sure. Remove these lines. See this here. It is asking enter your duplicate character. Enter the find the first duplicate character. I have the some naming section. Did we find any duplicate in the cricket? Let's see if we have finding any duplicate. If a first duplicate letter in this cricket, nothing is there. That's why we will get the none. We already write this here in the coding. If you duplicate is not equal to this one, then if you have any duplicate value, we will print that dot to string. Otherwise, none. So in the cricket, there is no duplicate. That's why we'll get the none. So if you go with the different word like that, civic, CIVI, C, and any something words also, TTREAT. Let's see what is the duplicate. C is the first duplicate. Instead of T, initially we C is the two times repeated in this. So that is the reason C is the first duplicate. We find it as a first duplicate. That's the way we can find the what is the duplicate value in this program. Using this program, we can find the duplicate first duplicate values. Okay. Any doubts on this? No doubts. Can I will move for the next program.
Yeah,
No, right? Do you have any?
yeah, Ram. This is
Yeah, go
Mohan.
ahead.
Yeah, actually, if you find the second duplicate value at that time, what is the code?
Duplicate is empty initially. If any duplicate is there, we want to make sure it will be filling into the this character. So that's the reason I'm just taking as a str of